Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors as always to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone who are well and who taught us this truth. Today's lesson is going to go into how we are destined for troubles. We are destined to go through troubles, trials, tribulations, chastisements, adversities, afflictions, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, we will get through them, understanding that we will go through temptations. Yahweh Shem Yahshai did not promise us an easy life, did not promise us a life of ease, of comfort, but it is a difficult, trying path in life that we walk in order to receive everything. As it is written in 2nd of the 7th chapter, going into that straight and narrow gate, that no man can go there, one man can go there at once. Fire on one side and on the left, the deep water. As well as in Matthew, the 7th chapter, that one is the one going into the straight gate, Strait, going into a degree of difficulty. So going into that, we must go through these things in order to enter into life. So let me get this real quick. In, what was it? I just had it. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 2:1. And it reads, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation." So the Lord said, hey, if you want to serve me, prepare for temptation. Prepare for trials and tribulations, chastisements and adversity, but also at the same time understanding the same one who put you through these struggles, through these trials, is the same one who is going to get you through them, man. Believe it. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through whom Mashiach who strengthened me. Through whom Mashiach, through Yahweh Shai, we can get through this. Yahweh Shai said in Matthew the 28th chapter, "Lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world, and to the end of this age, and to the end of this rulership." Yahweh Shai is going to be with us. He's going to push us forward, but you will be tempted. You will go through hell. You will go through the worst time in history. You will be tried, man. But as it's going to say in verse 5, but we're going to get verse 2, that acceptable men in the furnace of adversity and gold is tried in the fire. So verse 2, Ecclesiasticus 2:2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. So you got to constantly endure. We're going to go through this. We're destined to go through this. We're not destined for an easy life. We're destined for a difficult path, for a difficult life, but we will get through it. Lord willing, we be part of the elect. Speaking to myself first and foremost. Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So if you cleave unto Yahweh Shem Yahshai and you cleave unto the path that he has chosen and allotted and destined you to go through, and you get through it, you will be increased. Do not seek to increase yourself. Do not seek to exalt thyself. Allow Yahweh Shem Yahshai to exalt you. Allow him to bring you to that higher state and to the higher stature, which we are destined to be at. Don't try to put yourself in that position. Let's get that real quick. Matthew 23 and verse 12. Matthew 23, verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. So allow the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai to exalt you. Remain humble, even when you're going through trials and tribulations. Even when you're going through these things, remain humble, remain circumspect, remain diligent. Keep your eyes on the prize, and understand that the Lord is going to be the one to increase you, to increase us. Lord willing, we be part of the elect at that last day. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 2:4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Be patient. We're going to be in lower states. We're going to be low. We're going to be we're going to have low moments, low points, low lives in this walk. But the Lord is going to be the one to give that increase. We know scriptures say that the Lord gives the increase. Lord can bring a man from a high position to a low position, and he can bring a man from a low position to a high position. Plenty of scriptures where and instances where he did that. And we can read these scriptures, Romans 15:4. For the things written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. So we can read these things where the Lord had individuals in a low position, men of the Lord in low positions, and brought them up to a high stature. Two key examples that come to mind right now is Daniel and Joseph. Both was put into low positions, but they remained patient. They kept their integrity. They kept their patience in Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and they kept their faith in Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and he brought them into a high position within the captivity, within the kingdom they was in. And we can look at these examples and understand, okay, if we remain humble, we remain circumspect, we keep our faith, we keep our integrity, and understand that both good and evil is going to come from the Lord, that the Lord will exalt us in due time, as well as Job. He had everything, and then brought into a low position to test him, to see how he was going to react. It was a bet between the Most High and Satan to see how Job was going to react. And Job kept his integrity, and the Lord increased him at the last even more than he had and to begin with. So we can read these things and understand that the Lord will increase us. Just remain humble and allow the Lord to bring forth that increase. In due time, the Lord will bring that increase. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So gold is tried to purge out the impurities, to purge out the dross, to refine it even more. And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So we're destined to go through this adversity. Nobody was promised an easy life. Nobody was promised a life of just comfortability. This is a life of difficulties. We are in hell. Hell is not meant to be easy. We are in our captivity. Our captivity is not meant to be easy. It's meant to be trying. It's meant to weigh down on you and to ultimately put your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahshai, understanding that you can't do this by your own strength, but trusting in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and he is going to be the one to save us from the land of our captivity and promote growth, man. Verse 6, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. So trust in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai and believe in him, and he will be the one to guide you. So let's get this real quick in 1 Thessalonians 3. Then I'm going to make it in transit, Lord willing. Hit the road. 1 Thessalonians 3, verse 3. That no man should be moved by these afflictions. Let's see what that word affliction says, man. Real quick. The ellipsis. Pressing together. Pressure. Metaphor, oppression, affliction, tribulation, distress, straits. We're going to go through this, man. Don't be moved by this affliction. Don't be moved by these tribulations. Don't be moved by the distress and the straits and the pressure and the burdens that is set upon you, the anguishes, the persecution, as it says right here. Persecution. We're going to go through these things, but don't allow it to move you. Be unmovable. And that word moved, metaphor, to move, to agitate, to disturb, to trouble. Don't allow it to agitate you, to disturb you. Of course, we're in the flesh, but you got to fight that flesh and remain spiritual in everything that you do throughout the afflictions. Don't allow it to shake you. As it reads real quick, and then we'll come back in 1 Corinthians 15, verse 58. And it reads, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So understanding that everything that you go through and that you do for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai in sincerity and the truth and in the spirit, it's not in vain. It's not in vain. It's not to no effect. No, there will be an effect for what you do in sincerity and the truth. And at the same time, there will be effect for what you do in righteousness and what you do in wickedness, because the Lord is going to reward every man according to his works. And if your works are wicked, you will receive wickedness and judgment. But if your fruits are righteous, and your works are beneficial to the flock and pleasing in the sight of the Lord, you will receive blessing. Real quick, in Galatians, Galatians 5, what was it? It's been a minute since I got this one. 4, man. Let me see. It's here somewhere. As soon as I type it in. How's it go? Mocked. Most High is not mocked. I know it's Galatians something. Galatians 6 and 7. Okay. Galatians 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So whatever you sow, you're going to reap. Verse 8, for he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. So the Lord is going to reward you according to your works, man. So if you want to faint during anguish and during tribulation, then you're not going to reap life everlasting. You're not going to reap blessings. You're going to reap corruption, because you're operating in the flesh. If you allow these things to overtake you and to move you. Don't allow these things that you go through to move you. Speaking to myself, first and foremost, we all go through it. Nobody's exempt from the chastisement from the Lord. We're going to go through it. We must go through it. We are destined to go through it. Back in 1 Thessalonians 3, verse 3, that no man should be moved by these afflictions, for yourselves know that we are appointed thereunto. Let's get that word appointed. Kamahi, as a metaphor, to be by God's intent set, i.e. destined, appointed. So we're destined thereunto. We're appointed thereunto. We're set thereunto. For what? To go through these things, to go through troubles, as a reason and unto, and to keep you from being shaken by the troubles you were going through. But you know that we are destined for such troubles. We're destined for this, man. We must go through this. And we will. Acts 14, verse 22. And then I'm going to hit the road. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So I'm going to get a drink of this. Hit the road, put the prayers up, and hit the road, make it in transit. Again, man, that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. It didn't say might. You might go through troubles. You might go through tribulation. There's a possibility you're going to go through this. No, man, we must. We will, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Nobody said it was going to be easy. The Lord did say it was going to be difficult. He did say that it was going to be trying, that you will be tried. But as it is written in 1 Corinthians 10, verse 13, merely paraphrasing, so Salakia, there is no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, that he will not tempt you above that you are able, but will with the temptation make a way to escape, that ye may be able to endure it, that you may be able to bear it, man. We went off. We transgressed. We went off. So fight, man. Right now I'm watching these bicyclists ride by. They look like they've been riding for a minute. This isn't a sprint, man. You know, they're taking their time. They ain't going 50 miles per hour. But they're in it for the long haul, man. They're not going 50 miles. They're not seeing who's going to be the fastest, who can get to the finish line the quickest. No, man, they're pacing themselves. They're taking their time, and they're all going the same speed, man. Because they understand that this is not a sprint. This is a marathon we're in. And if you try to sprint your way to the kingdom, you're going to burn yourself out. Speaking of myself first and foremost. Find the balance. Don't be a false balance. Pace yourself. Don't be too fast, but don't be too slow. Endure and bear everything. And just in a marathon, you still get tired. You still get tired, but you keep going. And you pace yourself enough to where you have energy at the end to give it that last final push. And that's what we want, man. You want enough energy, enough oil, as it reads, the 5 wise virgins and the 5 foolish virgins. The 5 wise virgins taking enough oil in their lamps. You want to have enough oil in your lamp so that you can get through the end. Take enough oil. Have enough oil. If you feel like and you believe that you don't have enough oil, pray to the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahshai for more oil, man. More faith. More endurance. More patience. More pacing. More balance. More this. More that, man. But asking in sincerity and in truth. And believe what you say and believe that the Lord will deliver. Because he will deliver, man. The scriptures say he delivered. And there's plenty of instances where the Lord has delivered. We're at the end. So we're coming to the time where you're going to have to give your final push. Because the Lord is bringing forth judgment, man. So we're destined to go through this, and we are destined to go through this, but we are also destined to receive the kingdom of heaven. As it reads in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, the kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. It's already prepared. We're destined to win. But we're also destined to go through the worst time in history. We're also destined to go through hell, man. So endure, believe, and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshai. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the spirit, to the body, and to the fold. Before I end it off, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Hakodash. The bonus, as always, to the apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.